I have to agree with him to a certain degree, because I think that when he come into Manchester United, he propelled himself into the complete sort of Van Dijk territory of the big fee coming in, and you're instantly compared to Van Dijk. And when you're not playing like him and the results are not going that way, Manchester United were still struggling a little bit when he first come in with that big fee, and people were questioning his pace. I think straight away everyone jumped on it, didn't they? Jumped on his back. But since then, he's gone about his business quietly. Everyone's calmed down with, the big fee and everything about him. And he's just gone about his business. And I think he's been probably one of their best before. Apart from Fernandes, I think Harry Maguire's been their second best player this season.
Yeah, I think if you look at the game before Christmas, the games we were playing, I don't think he was playing that great. But I agree with Adrian. I think sometimes people are too quick to jump on his back. You're going from a Leicester, and that's no disrespect to Leicester, but this is Manchester United Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and the eyes are going to be on you a lot more than if you're at Leicester City. But we talk about, how many minutes he's played. He's not missed a game, and I think he's reliable. And I think, there's talk about him, should he be playing for England, and should Mings go in instead of him? I don't think so. I think Harry Maguire, the last World Cup was one of our best players, and I think he has done really well for Manchester United. But again, people often talk about how much money he cost. He doesn't want to be compared to Van Dijk. He doesn't want to be. He just wants to be Harry Maguire. Yeah,
of course. In terms of the Euros, Mitch, Gary Neville said that losing him before the Euros would be worse than losing Harry Kane. Do you agree with that?
No way. No way. This is Harry Kane. Let's not do this. Harry Kane, MBE, don't do this. We know about Harold. He's the captain of England. You don't want to lose your captain. But I agree. Harry Maguire has been fantastic for Man United this season. I don't know if he's been their second best. I might give that to Luke Shaw. But he's up there. And everyone forgets the controversy that was surrounding him at the beginning of the season, what he had to deal with. There was a time where it looked like, he was going to take the captaincy. People were saying, should they drop him? Does he need time out to get his head together? And he kept plugging away. He kept just going out there on the field, letting his actions do the talking. And I think he is a good defender. I think the only thing he doesn't have, which we all know, is pace and agility. But other than that, for me, he ticks every box. He's tall, he's good on the ball, he commands the area, he's physical, he can score in the opposition box. He's got a leader nature. He's not someone that shies away. He actually wants to get involved and call the shots and, grab people and say, listen, put in more. I've seen him do it. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. When I used to see him at England, I knew he was going to be this type of player.
Just on the game, it's obviously a huge game for both sides. Probably bigger for Spurs, you'd have to say, if they're still looking at chasing this top four. By the way, they're 3 points off West Ham, who are in the top four. So Spurs can still do this. All this negative talk about Jose Mourinho this season. If he wins the League Cup and he does get top four, it's an unbelievable season, right?
It is, and I think he has a chance of doing it. He has a chance because it's Jose. You're never gonna. It don't matter how bad the defense is, and it's bad. It's bad. Let's be clear. Bad. It's very bad. The defense.
It's really.
They're
bad.
not doing him any favors, but I still think he can potentially do it. Are the odds in his favor? No, it's not. But it's Jose Mourinho, and you'd be crazy to write him off.
If that doesn't happen, though, what happens then?
Is he under pressure?
I think so, because I asked you guys before the show, what were the expectations when Jose Mourinho came into Spurs?
Win a trophy.
And if he doesn't, then what?
Top four.
What?
No, if he doesn't do either, I'm saying. If he don't win a trophy, don't make the top four.
If he doesn't do either,
it's a mess.
It's a mess, right? Because, and it's harsh because it's his first season. Jurgen Klopp got 4 seasons, right? Before they started to dominate. And, I think it's unfair to judge a manager after one season, especially with the players that he's got, because they're not good enough. It's simple as that. And he come out in the right kind of way in his interview after the Newcastle game and basically said, I haven't got the players. So I think it's very difficult to sack Jose Mourinho if he doesn't win a trophy and doesn't get top four. I'm not saying he should be sacked.
I think he's just held to a different standard because you look at Mikel Arteta, I think he often gets away with quite a lot. Considering Arsenal are in 10th and he hasn't taken Arsenal to another level. I don't think I ever really hear, maybe there's a little bit of whispers beginning of the season he might go, but I think Mikel Arteta gets away with a lot, and I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I just don't think he's taken Arsenal to another level.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Jose, I love Jose. I do love him. I've always loved him before he was at Spurs. I made that very clear throughout this show. Even if we don't get top 4 or we don't win the League Cup, I would not sack him this summer. I wouldn't sack him.
But would you give him 100 million to spend on other players?
I'd give him 1 more year. I don't know. He's not going to get 100 million, let's be honest. Unless Kane gets sold.
But he needs a rebuild.
Well, then Kane's got to be sold. That's what I'm saying. This is what it relies on right here and there. If he wants to rebuild and he wants to press reset and go and get the defenders he wants, he needs that 120 to 150 million, whatever it is Harry Kane's value is. He needs that to go and rebuild. But looking at the way things are right now and the way the league is, the climate, everything, if he doesn't do it, I wouldn't sack him. I don't even know what other manager would you get this summer, really.